the facts. Nothing to hide. It will addresses no issue. It sees no sacred cow. It believes that a government or nation of the people must not work in secrecy. It's on Sky 107.1, Monday to Friday, 3 to 4 o'clock p.m. If we love Liberia, we will be sincere in our dealings with one another.
That's right. A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to another interesting edition of the program. To hide on Sky 107.1. We're here again today's Monday, and it's the 28th day of June 2021. My name is Matthias Labindi. This afternoon, we're hoping to have with us a young man from the United States of America. He's a football coach. He has Mr. Peter Kwawea. Mr. Peter Kwawea. He's a young man. He has a degree in political science and pre-law from Michigan State University and completed his degree in education from the Catholic University of DC. While we are waiting his arrival, we also want to remember the life of a man. Our last interview here at Sky FM with Reverend Emmanuel Buyo, we certainly going to play that. He appeared on Nothing to Hide some time ago. We had a conversation with him. So Reverend Buyo is no more. Reverend Emmanuel Buyo is no more. And it's quite an unfortunate thing. You to the listeners, the interview we had with Reverend Buyo, he spoke on relevant national issues. But we actually want to remember him today on this particular edition of the program while we are waiting our guest, Mr. Peter Kwawea. Reverend Buyo was a great man. He was a great man, respected in Liberia, most especially for his history. He taught at the University of at the United Methodist University, I think partly at the University of Liberia. He honored a series of invitations where he got invites from some organizations regarding, to speak on their programs on different issues. Reverend Buyo never disappointed anyone at any point in time. Whenever he was invited, disappointed in a sense when he attended a particular program, then he would give you the statement and in fact more than what you expect. Today he's no more. He's respected, he's honored as a statesman. What exactly do you remember about Reverend Emmanuel Buyo? What I remember, I'd had a series of, by the way, a series of interactions with him, but Reverend Buyo is no more. One last interview I had with him was here at Sky FM, and he spoke on Nothing to Hide. We're certainly going to bring that to you. But until then, we're taking a break to be right back. That's right. Reverend Emmanuel Buyo is no more. Welcome back to Nothing to Hide, by the way. As we have a conversation with you this afternoon, folks, it's very, very important because this is a statesman. While we are talking about COVID-19 and many other things that we are confronted with here in Liberia, while we are also awaiting as well as getting that particular audio, well, this afternoon, just going to open the lines quickly to hear from you. Of the demands of Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Do we have another working encyclopedia? Do we have another working historian here in Liberia? There are a number of things right now, people that we're talking about lockdown, we're talking about too many other things in Liberia confront us. This is a statesman. He has left us. He's no more in Liberia. Late now. Reverend Emmanuel Buyo is late. Died at 71. He wanted to become president of Liberia, even up to at the age of 80. He said his wisdom would have made people to petition him to contest for the presidency. So unfortunately, Reverend Buyo did not live to see that. There are many of us. There's a lesson in that particular session from Reverend Buyo. I don't know how many of you are seeing the lesson in that particular one. All of us have plans, right? All of us will wake up and plan a lot about, what we're going to do, what we want to do, how we want to be at this age, at that age, at this time. I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. I'm very sure the late minister Mambutu Yimpan also had great plans for his children, for his family. I'm very sure many of us who are today letting our family members go, losing our family members to the cold hands of death. Our family members also had series of plans for life and how they intended to live life, how they intended to serve their people. But unfortunately, many of these people found it difficult to stay around because the cold hands of death could not permit them to stay around because yes, that God himself determines exactly how we live, how we move on, how long we stay here. If he's not ready for us to stay here for as long as he wants, he takes us away from the face of the earth and move on and takes us to another destination. That's what exactly happens to us. That's where we end up. Today, Reverend Emmanuel Buyo is no more. That wise man has left, our country. We're talking about COVID-19 and a number of things happening in Liberia. But can we take a pause for a moment and remember this man? Let me get your view. What exactly you remember Reverend Emmanuel Buyo for? What is that particular thing? At one point in time, maybe he appeared on a particular talk show and you listen to him providing information. Maybe you disagree with him. You disagree with his historical information he was providing. But you agree maybe at some point. What exactly is that particular historical events that he, spoke on that you remember so much and you cannot forget about him anytime soon? Is it at the time he served as information minister during the Taron regime, as it was called, of former President Simon Kanyado? Is it the time, he was here giving Ellen Johnson Sirleaf difficulty, raising some critical issues? Or is it the time where he said, most especially on my platform, and he said, the boys are running, we are having some serious internet issue, connectivity issue. That's why we've yet to play that video. He said the people currently running this country are boys until they can mature and then wake up and rise up to the occasion. They're not going to achieve, a number of things. But let's hear you. Let's remember this great man. Call us in the numbers 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223, 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223. The numbers you can call us in to participate on the program this afternoon. What do you remember about the late Reverend Emmanuel Buyo? Should we have another Emmanuel Buyo? What would you recommend to that person? Because as far as I know, Reverend Emmanuel Buyo did not write a book to, provide for us a compendium of his understanding of Liberian history. Good afternoon, sir.
Well, Matthias, I don't know you, man. One of the things I really used to enjoy about that woman, the historical part. I always come up with step how you stand, where we are talking about the story of Wani Bodo, you know. We are the young people coming on always hearing about Wani Bodo. But we do not know the actual information that led to Wani Bodo death, you know. A lot of people say that Wani Bodo playing on the field and die. You know, he bought the ball and died or leaving that ball. A whole lot of scenarios to that fact. But Reverend Buyo the last time he said he told about father he gave me. Because I believe that man, everything I say. You know his story. He said Wani Bodo was playing in Ghana. You know, one of the things in Ghana, then he moved over to Liberia. When they were leading, I think they were leading, I don't know, you were playing for, I don't know, Barrow or IE, one of that thing, but I don't get it right. Well, Buyo said Wani Bodo was playing on his feet, that he had an injury. When they took him to the hospital, you know, that guy left an injury and died, you know. You know, that's a story about from
and that's why you remember Reverend Buyo for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you. Let's hear from another person. Reverend Emmanuel Buyo is no more, and well, this is not a memorial day, but he's a great man, and I cannot sit here for an hour talking, and I just thought to dedicate this particular edition of the program to Reverend Buyo. What do you remember him for? Let's hear from this other person. Good afternoon. Hello. All right. Call us on the numbers 0777 777 107 0777 221 223 0777 777 107 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us. And if you're there watching us live also on Facebook or YouTube, you can also drop your comments and tell us exactly what you think about this man. There are many of us who are working with a lot of things in our heads, even if we cannot write, you know, our own books. My own takeaway from this whole thing, you know, I am one of the beneficiaries from Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Apart from his radio lectures, I had a great time sitting with him in his home library, you know, asking him about a number of books, the multiple
Hello.
books he has in his possession. Let's hear from this person. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, performance is calling from Georgia, Nigerian Shah Community.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, for me, I don't really call this Pape Reverend Buyo. I call him the best historian in Liberia. And I'm missing a lot. You know, the Pape one time I followed a show on Friday. Pape was lecturing about the problem we face in Liberia that we call the racism, like travel land, you know. This man discuss every trap. You know, it made me to feel free in my body and feel bad those that see their friend, you better, you this, you know. It made me to lose that idea. You know, his Pape was too good and he was a wise man that educated the youth. Seriously, Liberia will ever forget about him. And we pray in the future that we'll get someone like him. We know it will be difficult, but we pray to God. One day God will give us someone just like him. So that's my input.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Aaron Ross.
Mr. Ross, go ahead.
Well, yeah, we are sorry. We are moving all over England. We have lost great people within the last 3 weeks. The country is very bleeding. But we lost somebody. I had the opportunity in 2015 to share the platform with the late Reverend Buyo, and that's something I have never forgotten in my life. Yeah, I was invited by the young people at the occasion, and we were talking about some historical issues. And then we were looking at developmental issues. So I was looking at the developmental agenda and how Togo, especially, he was organizing, he was moderating. And then I talked about Agrimeto, an Asian US company that was in Liberia, Agrimeto. So when I referenced Agrimeto, I was not too sure on the year. Even I said 1972. He said, my son, that's 1973. And he said, and he started to talk this detail about Agrimeto. When we got to, he took my number. He said, my son, who gave you this information? I said, my grandfather gave me this information about Agrimeto and how they plan to roll out the agricultural plan with LPNC. But then what I said to him, I said, Dad, I said, if you will leave us without letting a vote, it will be the greatest regret of me knowing you. Then he stood out with me and said, my son, I don't have the stamina anymore. I said, Dad, you can still look for somebody and pass your script.
A ghost writer.
Yeah. I said, but Dad, what you are doing to this generation and the generation to come, I said, will be the most incredible event ever in life. And for sure, that will mean the most incredible event with me and Reverend Buya and something. And sometimes why he's so careful issues when I text him and he may reply because once Reverend Buya know you and you get his number and you're interacting, once you touch his life, especially on a historical issue, he will never forget it. That was the type of man. So even if you try to reach him, he will give you details of what you wanted.
Okay, brother. Thank you, Ambassador Ross. It's really unfortunate, and that's my own, beef with him. Even though he's no more, I'm looking at his photo right now on the screen. I'm smiling in my heart, but he did not write a book. Let's hear from this person. Hello. All right. So call us on the numbers 0777. Okay, so now let's just get the little flashback. When he appeared here on Nothing to Hide, I spoke with him via phone, but a few things. Remember this voice? The movement in the mind. So if you must make a difference in your life, you need to first of all change your mindset. If that happens, then you're going to make a difference. This afternoon, our guest is Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Several things he's going to be talking about. We're going to be looking at the opposition, whether we have a serious opposition in place, to take the leadership of this country should Georgia be voted out in 2023. Whether we have the Georgia government 3 years into its leadership, has it done, a lot to the expectation of the people? Reverend Buyo is on the line. He could not make it in due to some issues, but it's good that we have him on. And then the viewers, you have this photo there, so that's the wise old man, as you can see. And those of you, the viewers, the listeners, you already know Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Good afternoon, Reverend. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Hello. All right, I think
as it occurred, and I decided to listen to other voices, other young voices, other experienced voices, to understand what's going on.
Okay, so you've been here for since Georgia got elected. You've not left the country. Is that what you're saying?
I've been here for a long time before he got elected.
Yeah, I know that. Anyway,
since he got elected, I never left the country. I'm here.
All right, yeah. So you've been around, but let's quickly go to our first, concern. We have a number of things that we want you to address for us this afternoon. First, Georgia's administration will be turning 3 years. 3 years on tomorrow, January 22nd. Tomorrow will be making Georgia 3 years in office. What's your impression so far about the government?
By impression, what do you mean?
Oh, you are a appraiser, by the way. How can you appraise the performance of the government?
Well, for a 3-year-old government, I think they are doing their best.
Okay.
Yeah.
let's look at specific areas. Let's begin with justice, because when justice is served in a society, in a given society, many times people say, regardless of the difficulties, somebody will go to bed with the thought that yes, with the believability that yes, the government is providing me security. How do you see the justice system?
The justice system is what we make it. Collectively, what we make it. What we put into the system is what we get out of the system. The justice system now is what we put into it. Are we doing our best to make sure that we are all cooperating such that we have peace and tranquility in Liberia? Or are we just criticizing to be criticizing? The justice system right now, as I see it, is trying to keep things steady. And we all have to pray that things be steady so that we all have a very peaceful year, a very peaceful administration, and a very peaceful transition from one government to another.
While you were silent on national issues, a couple of things happened, and I know you must have read those things in the newspapers that you receive every day. According to you, read every day. We lost some of our best brains. Talking about some employees of the Liberia Revenue Authority, Gifty Lama, Albert Peters, Yensua, Van Butu, and then several others. How did you receive that information, given the circumstances surrounding their death and the outcome, from the government, pronouncement regarding their death?
Well, until now, I do not have a full account of how they died. I have conflicting information through the press. So I do not have a conclusive account of what happened to them. But it is unfortunate and it's very concerning that most of them came from one agency of government.
Reverend, let's look at the issue of the President George Weah. Someone who admires former President Simon Kanyon-Dotio. Now, many people still see him as those song, and so giving his background, his indigenous background, the way he rose to the hem of power. Who do you see in him if you must look at him and compare him with any of our former presidents?
Well, I think that everyone comes with his or her own way of doing things. Mr. Weah, the president, I've known him long before he became president. And I've followed his rise to power. And I think he has not changed since he was a private person. His concern for Liberia and his development has not changed. So I think he is doing the best he can. I hope he will wake up to find out that some of the people he got around him need to be changed so that things will be better.
But as a person, he hasn't changed. So why do you have issue with the people around him?
They're not doing what they're supposed to do.
By that you mean?
But I mean that some of them are just hanging on. just hanging on, waiting for the month to end so they can get their checks. They are not doing what they are supposed to do. And everything the president has to talk. Everything the president has to talk. I knew a time in this country when the president didn't have to talk all the time because the people working in the government were projecting the image of government such that the president could relax. Right now, I do not see it that way. I see it as if the president has become a broadcaster, an analyzer, a person who is supposed to jump into everything when in fact there are people under him who should be doing things, and they are not doing it. And so he has to come out and say things and do things. That is unfortunate.
Reverend, the inability of those officials of government that you say the president needs to change, their inability to do what they're supposed to do. What can we look at in the public to point out, that points out their, their poor performances? I mean, if we are to look at some of the things, what specific areas that are affected, that is based on the underperformance of those officials that you think need to be changed?
People who are in charge of specific things. The ministries and agencies should be talking about. It did not give the president a chance to rest. They shift everything to him. They shift the blame to him because nobody wants to take it.
A couple of days ago, the president did a tour, and he's still doing that. He visited some public schools in the country, something he expressed disappointment in the education minister. You think for the past 3 years, 2 years, this is his third year, had he been doing that, do you think there would have been a change in terms of performance, in his officials?
Well, yes, there might have been change. But going to visit in schools is not enough. Action should follow those visits. Concrete action should follow those visits. The president should not just visit a ministry and explain things, and that's the end of the story. But they're not even the middle of the story, that's the beginning of the story. The president has to stop being a person who has sympathy for people working with him and start dealing with them based on what they should be doing. And if they are not doing it, we should deal with them.
Reverend, as former minister of information, in Liberia, you worked with one of the regimes in this country that people refer to as tyrannical regimes, and you serve as information minister under during the regime of former President Simon Kanyado. How do you see the public relations of this government? Is it properly structured to professional standards?
Well, every government has its own way of doing things. Under President Doe, the public relations was under my control for 3 years, just prior to his death. And we did what we had to do. We made sure that the president did what he had to do. We made sure that the president was not just speaking out of turn. The executive mansion stopped being a broadcasting house. And I told the president that I was the Minister of Information and he was not. And therefore he should relax and let the ministry do its job. And then what happened? I spoke on issues. issues are dealt with issues. But when people are hiding behind the president and everything, every time something happens to the president said that, the president said that. The president is not a broadcaster. The president is not a broadcaster. The president has people who should be speaking for the government. The president is the last person to speak on an issue. And the Ministry of Information is supposed to interpret the intentions of the government and the president.
Reverend, to stand in the face of former President Simon Kanyado, to say you are not the information minister, I am the information minister, therefore you should do your job. You must have been, a very brave man, and something, a quality that stay with you till now. But in this case, okay.
Go on.
You were coming in, just go ahead. That bravery, to demonstrate such bravery to stand in the face of a soldier, someone who came from the ranks of the army, becoming a president, to say to him, no, you are not the information minister, I am the information minister.
I told him you are not the information minister. If you were here, he would say that I told him so. He used to refer to me as the dry-faced bastard boy. So I always tell him exactly what I want to tell him. And he remember that I am. Therefore, I could tell him things. You are my small brother.
But he was the president.
Yeah, but I came to help him. I will not let him go astray. I'm not somebody who watches the leader. I tell the leader the truth.
That's Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Please keep his photo on the screen for our viewers to keep watching this great, wise man who currently, celebrating his homegoing to the ancestors. We hope that he can get a place to rest, his soul can rest properly, because he was actually a reservoir of knowledge. He said he stood in the face of former President Simon Kanyado to say, listen, I am the minister of information. You are not. You are the president. So allow me to do my job. The very time you test your ability, you test your competence that you can do the right thing, and stand in the face of your boss and say, boss, can you allow me to do my job? If for any reason that you want to get involved, can you please seek my... Of course, yeah. But that was really critical. I know. That's why I asked the question. You stood in the face of Doe and told him that. Let's hear from you, man. What exactly, do you miss, about the late Reverend or Professor, as you may want to call him, Emmanuel Buyo? Call us on the numbers 07777 21223. You're also there overseas. You can call us on WhatsApp or IMO. Let's hear from this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
My name is Albert Kemoka from PRC.
Mr. Kemoka, go ahead.
Mr. Labendi, I'm just lying down. Since the morning I got in this, I've broken down completely. Because such man, he was a man that understood history. Let me tell you one thing I used to listen to. He told me two things. Not per se me, I listen to the video frequently about Nigerian first president. First president was on scholarship at William B. Eston, and he went to Lincoln University. And in appreciation to Liberia, he wrote a book called Liberia in War Politics to appreciate Liberia. And he said Liberia was the one that produced Nigeria's first president. He even told us that Nigerian first president attended school here is where he got his scholarship from to attend the Lincoln University. And from that time, he got to the Bible Mama. And he even told me about Kwame Nkrumah. He said Kwame Nkrumah came from Cape Palmas. His name was Francis. Now he went to Ghana and became Ghana's first president. So when I got his news, Mr. Labendi, I just broke up. Up to now, I come to myself. Because such a man, I refer to me as a walking encyclopedia. Because a man who will give you the history, and when you go check it out, it's the thing too. And you see, and let me tell you, what Mr. Buyo said on the phone, I want to believe it. Don't you know in June of 1990, Mr. Buyo was the first minister that spoke on BBC to tell those to leave? Because the war that has entered the country, there is no way he can prepare the people and leave to save his own life. And he wrote that same letter to Taylor, 2003. And he said that Taylor should leave. They had to be forgiven by the Liberian people. But Liberia did not prepare to get former president that will be killed. All these things, Mr. Buyo said it. So, Mr. Labeni, such a person was now a small man to just let go. I believe government could use such an experience of them, but they got the man around here. At the end of the day, people pass around talking different things. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. What do you remember Reverend Emmanuel Buyo for? One thing I'm not going to forgive him, and even forgive the academics in this country, is that nobody gained interest in going close to Reverend Buyo to write something. Let's hear from this other person. Good afternoon. All right, call us on those numbers: 0777-777-107, 077-221-223. The numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this afternoon. So yeah, that's my own thing. I'm not going to forgive him. The fact that I don't have something to read right now there's something written on that is authored by Reverend Emmanuel Buyo, or this book was written, XYZ, the ghost writer and so on. Like Ellen Johnson has a book. Let's hear from this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Matthias.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
We lost his father. We lost a historian. One thing I remember him for is sometime last year, we had an interview, I think, with the OKFM or Prime, and then he was asked by the journalist, what advice did you give the late President Samuel Doe when the war was coming in the 90s? He said, I did advise the late president. I talked to him on several occasions, but he did not pay heed to me. That's the reason why it went the way it went. And thank you for this platform this afternoon.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your contribution as well. What exactly do you remember Emmanuel Buyo for? Some of you who are sitting right now may be feeling guilty. If I knew, I would have gone to Reverend Buyo to be his ghostwriter, but now there's a book here. All these great ideas that he shared. How many of us remember the things that he taught us through his radio appearances? How many of us going to remember the things that he said to us, the education he provided to us through his radio appearances? So Reverend Buyo is no more. You listen to the interview I had with him. He said, well, President Georgia is surrounded by people that most of them need to be replaced. That's the only way his government going to be successful. That particular message resonates with a lot of people. Let's hear from this other person. Hello?
Imam Vakasan calling from Bomi.
Let's hear you, sir, from Bomi County.
Yeah. The former minister died?
Yeah, Reverend Buyo is no more. He died last Sunday, by the way, Sunday by 8 p.m.
Where so?
He died at Fidelity what? It's a Fidelity Hospital.
In America?
In Liberia here, my man. Fidelity is right here.
Okay, we are not. I just get the information.
Okay.
I'm a sympathy, man.
Okay. Yeah. It's a loss to all of us. It's a loss to the country. The Fidelity is right here in Liberia, yeah? Okay. So call us on the numbers 0777-107, 077-221-223. What do you remember Reverend Emmanuel Buyo for? Now you got the deaf news. You see, you don't remember the man for anything. Reverend Emmanuel Buyo, to many people, he was a walking encyclopedia. He was a walking historian, but unfortunately, can we point out a book right now that we all can reference? I remember one time hosting him on Capital FM. He appeared there many times, but one day he appeared. Some young people were really angry. He's not writing, he's just talking. Let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, let's hear you.
My name is Jamie A. Wright, Johnny from Brushby.
Let's hear you, sir.
Matthias, I didn't know that you were playing a pre-recorded tape until I turned the radio on. Yeah. I hear that from Liberia, great statement, J. Emmanuel Buyo has passed.
Yeah.
But I want to say to his family and to all Liberians, have a sympathy. And one thing I can remember about Mr. Buyo is that as I've been listening to him, he was a very great historian. I mean, the man who knows.
Hello? Okay, that person left the line. But you two do the same. I know waking up now, like the fellow from Bomi County who's just waking up to the news, who's just hearing that Emmanuel Buyo is no more. But what do you remember him for? Do we have somebody there? All right, call us on those numbers 0777 777 107 0777 221 223. 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate. To be honest with you, there's nothing to hide, and that's the reason why I'm not hiding anything. My thing is, Reverend Emmanuel Buyo disappointed me without writing a book for me to remember all the things that he said. Anyway, let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Tama, John Tama.
It's a Tama. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of the Tama family, we're extending our condolences. Listening when you want Mr. Buyo take the airway. Look, Natalia, if there's something somebody, I think someone will ask the family to give out a green. It may educate more people when it comes to information. There's no question you're asking at the time relating to this country. You will tell you, say, somebody was there, he was there, he wrote the information, and he won't present and what of you. No question you're asking, you will not answer. But again, another brain about to go underground. You understand? So let the family take heart, and also the PUS take heart. This is our brother telling them sorry. Those things will happen. Once you're born, one day you will leave the earth. And this is the time now Mr. Buyo left the earth. This is our brother saying to the family our condolences. It's sorry. God give it, God take it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for your contribution as well on the program this afternoon. Let's hear from this. Good afternoon.
Hello, Labendi.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you, sir.
I'm your previous caller. I was listening to him one time. He said something. Or I asked him, who was America's second president? I said, look, anything about different countries, I don't know. Anytime you ask me about Liberia, but I don't know about other countries. Only Liberia.
Yeah.
You said that.
Hello. All right. Yeah. He was really versed with Liberian history, oral history particularly. We really needed people to document everything. Let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Good afternoon, Natal.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
This is Michael, my colleague from Africa. This is
Let's hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to extend my profound condolence to the family of the and also to Liberia at large. I think one of those who they and I thought I experienced all of this. You have to get a book and let from
Sorry. No, we can't continue. We're doing disservice to other people. We better hear you here. I'm just imagining how the listeners are getting you. So if you can just make some adjustment and get back, it's going to be good. We're remembering Reverend Emmanuel Buyo. Today's Monday. We woke up last evening before we even went to bed. We all, many of us who were on top of the news, we already knew that at 8 o'clock he was no more. Before 9 o'clock he was no more, right? So he died. Reverend Buyo was a walking encyclopedia. Is why didn't any person write documenting all these things? Let's hear from this other person. Hello. Somebody said, Matthias, you are in the studio, you don't have the use mark. Leave me with your restriction, your own, or different advice you can be bringing to people. I'm here, I'm wearing it. I'm not feeling bad. Yeah, it's okay for me. Let's hear from this other person. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, Matthias, I was on the line not too long.
Fine, thank you. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I said Marcus Mayu, my name, and I call you from Blessing Road Hotel Africa to be precise.
Go ahead.
Okay, I remember the Reverend just because of his timing things he used to do, like he called during his historical time, he called the exact time. Because normally Liberian historians are not exact, but he calls the normal time, the exact time, and all of people can prove it. It was some. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's move on to another person. I know many of number of you will be thinking right now. I don't know whether you feel the same way I'm feeling. With if it was a society, people really have more interest in the things that really matter. Somebody would have dedicated their time going to Reverend Buyo, sitting down and say, you know what, sir, everything that you know about this country, let's start. Give us references, so that we can be able to document these things. Did any of us gain interest in that? No. Today, he's no more. We're just going to be saying, well, many of us will start quoting Reverend Emmanuel Buyo now. Some of us will even say things that are not even truthful, but we will be quoting Reverend Buyo because he's no more. There's a man that if he used to say things about him when it's not true, he's going to call and say, no, that's not true. Let's hear from this person. Hello?
Hello?
Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, the line is bad. We can't continue. But let's move on to another person. We have 8 minutes to go. This is a really soft conversation. It's about remembering a statesman who, made many of us to sit down many times, relax. He was not a man difficult to interview. I think my last interview with him was the only difficult interview I had. I had him on the phone. He was home and I was here. And at some point he was dragging, he would respond to a question. I didn't know that he has ended his thought. Then I'll wait for dead end thing. But he was a man that was not difficult to interview. You ask him the questions, he respond, and you move on to the next one. Let's hear from another person. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Let's hear you. All right. Let's move on to another person. Good afternoon. Call us on the numbers 0777 107 0777 221 the numbers you can call us on to participate. What do you remember about Reverend Emmanuel Buyo? And we played that audio. And now a fellow called in just a couple of minutes ago and said, Matthias, I was listening to the interaction between you and Reverend Buyo. I thought he was in the studio until after the conversation, after you play that, pre-recorded stuff. I heard your voice and you asking us to say what we remember about Reverend Buyo. That's where he got to know that Reverend Buyo is no more. Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Imam Sanu from Bomi again. For the time.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah. That only the way forward now. He made the first error. He has experience, but he has not written it down. So since some people here in this country, they know what somebody is said, then they put it together. Let it be documented. Yeah, because the same thing happened to us when Viking Board died, and the book now we use in school, I think the Kasar Pass. So we can call Reverend BRG, then we call other people, then they come, putting together. It's not usually. Thank you very much. Imam Baba Sanu, calling for Bomi from 40 Town.
Okay, thank you from Bomi 40 Town. Let's hear from this other person. Call us on the numbers 0777 107 0777 221 223. The numbers you can call us on to participate in the program this afternoon. Now, we played, an audio, a number of things that Reverend Buyo has taken some critical position on. If you remember, Reverend Buyo, immediately this government came to power, he started questioning, some appointments of President George Weah. He started, raising the electoral bar very high, that for any reason George Weah will be successful, he needs to bring in people that are like-minded, like him. Let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Yeah, hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, my name is Umar Ba, popularly known as UMB.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. When I heard this news, I really felt very bad. I can remember the day I and some of my colleagues went to Reverend Emmanuel Buyo, gave you all some advices, educative messages. You know, this guy, yeah, he's like a father to our nation, because he's a guy who has a brain, educated, and very intelligent. I wish that may his soul rest in perfect peace. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your contribution. May his soul rest in perfect peace, as you wished him. Let's squeeze in one more person on the program this afternoon. The numbers are 0777 777 107 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate. We are gradually drawing down the curtains on this presentation this afternoon. We remember him because he was a great man. He provided lots of education to many people. We remember him today because he was always available whenever he's called upon to share his thoughts on national issues. We remember him today because whenever he appeared to talk about issues of national concern, he was always respected. He would always provide the credible information, and young people would be carried away, intellectually by his assertions. Let's hear from this person. Hello, the last person, by the way.
Yeah, hello.
Let's hear you.
My name is B.N.G. Connor. I joined a conversation from district number 14 to be specific character.
Let's hear you.
I think that we have lost a great man. But the major problem that there will be like Liberian people, if you have an educated person, it is good sometimes some of these things be documented. That tomorrow when the person file off, we can be able to retrospect some of these things. We have lost a great man, and today, the only thing we can do now is that I don't know whether you got some documentaries and other things. You know, we have to put it together at least so that Liberians can continue to remember it.
Thanks for the contribution. And that's how we go on this edition of the program, Nothing to Hide, on Sky 107.1. We're here Monday to Friday, 3 to 4 o'clock, but we are also here in the morning as we're on Straight from the Heart, 7 to 9 o'clock. My name is Matthias. But before we leave, let's quickly share with you our motivational message. We go back to Modibo Keita. We hope that this particular motivational message can sink. And he says, when the citizens of the nation deem their most accomplished thieves as the most electable, then they lose the right to complain when theft becomes their national. My name is Matthias Labindi. Do join us tomorrow morning for another interesting edition of the program, Straight from the Heart.